Welcome, my dear viewers. Here we have two speakers that we are going to compare today, the SBS A60 and the Blaupunkt SP210 multimedia speaker. Now, there is a basic difference between both of them. First of all, the Blaupunkt has a subwoofer, but the SBS A60 does not. However, we would like to see if the SBS A60 is enough without a subwoofer to produce bass, or is it lacking? Let's find out today. As far as the price point is concerned, both of them cost nearly, this costed about 1000 rupees, where I paid around 800 or 900 rupees in discount. This costs about 1900 rupees, 1900 rupees. However, I paid it in a discount. I paid around 1000 rupees only for this. So let's see how they fare. Here we have both the speakers side by side. This is the Creative, and here we have the Blaupunkts. And as you know, this is going to be a detailed review. So what I'm going to do first is compare the cable lengths so that you get a better picture of how you could manage your placements wherever you want to place it. The cable length plays a very important role. So let's find out how the cable lengths fare in both these cases. Let me compare first the cable lengths of the satellite speakers. So let's start with the cable length comparison. As you know, cable length is very important for us because it helps us in actually planning our placements of the speakers. Now we have the Creatives here, the Blaupunkts here. These are only the satellite speakers that I'm speaking about. Of course, Creative does not have a subwoofer, but let's talk about the cable length between the satellite speakers. Now this is the length of the width between two speakers that can be. This is the interconnection between both the Creative A60 speakers. Now let us talk about how far these Blaupunkt satellites can be placed apart from each other. So let's consider these two aux inputs, these inputs that go into the subwoofer, and let's compare this with this. Now as you can see, this is limited. I will only pull this out. Let me pull it out a little bit. Let me drag it out a little bit. Now, so let me now, this is the height, this is the max distance between the two Creative speakers, satellite speakers that can be, and this is how big or how lengthier the satellites of Blaupunkt can go. Imagine this, it can go all the way up, So that means you have a lot of space between these two Blaupunkt speakers. There is a clear-cut winner here in terms of the Blaupunkt. You can really place these speakers far away from each other according to your taste. So in terms of the cable lengths, I think the Blaupunkt actually wins, even though it has a shorter aux-in cable and a power cable. But where it wins is basically the distance between the two satellites can be longer than how much it can be for Creative. Creative has a shorter satellite to satellite length, and especially if you're using it for a home theater purpose or maybe for a television, Blaupunkt has better range in terms of the length between the satellites, and it can give you a better experience when placed correctly compared to the Creative. Creative more or less has been designed keeping in mind a computer or a laptop in mind, but Blaupunkt can be used for both, almost the computer and the television system. Not like the Creative. Unlike the Creative, can also be used for both the purposes. I'm just saying these may be the options. Okay, my dear viewers, here we go. Here's the real test right now. The Creative speakers versus the Blaupunkt with the subwoofer, and for both I have connected the same song, a no copyright music from SoundCloud, Buddha Conquest. It's called the Buddha Conquest, the most common music found on YouTube. It's no copyright music. So let me compare both of their performances. Both have been turned on, both have been plugged in. This has been plugged into the mobile phone and this has been plugged into the laptop. So both the speakers are going to play the same song one by one together, and let's see how it sounds. Now I will begin with the Blaupunkt, and let me tell you about the settings. This is zero volume, this is off, this is turned on, and this is max volume. Of course, the bass is zero right now. The bass is zero right now. This is max volume. I'll turn the bass on. This is the max bass right now for Blaupunkt. I'll reduce it. Zero bass right now. Let me turn it back on again. The bass is on. The bass is at its max. Now let me turn on the creative. Let me reduce the volume back to zero. The Blaupunkt volume is back to zero. Let me now turn on. It's on, already on. Now let me increase the volume of creatives. This is the maximum volume on creatives. Of course, I'll increase the volume on my laptop too. Let me increase it to the maximum. Okay, on my laptop the volume is at 100, and let me now slowly take you through how the creative performs. This is the max. I'm increasing the volume of creative right now. Now you can notice as I increase the volume, you can notice some sort of distortion. This is the max volume. So that was the max volume test for creative. Let me try this again with Blaupunkt. This has the bass at maximum now. Blaupunkt has bass at maximum. This is the max volume for Blaupunkt. I don't find any sort of distortion here. So let me alternate between both of them. Now let me alternate between both of them one by one. I'll go with Blaupunkt first. The bass is at maximum in the Blaupunkt. Let me reduce this and let me increase the volume of creative. So what I find is there is good highs and mids in creative, but the quality and clarity is better in Blaupunkt. So, my dear friends, this is the conclusion. I would say creative really has crispier and better quality of highs and mids production. Of course, bass is almost not existent, but Blaupunkt has a pretty good bass response. But in terms of the average or the maximum volume, Blaupunkt is not able to keep up with the creatives. And this is the conclusion. I would say I would rather use the Blaupunkt for a home theater kind of a setup with my television. In creative, I could use it for my voice-based listening and probably the computer or the laptop. Thanks for watching and hope you like this video. Please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you.